Hi beady friends, so we're back for part 2 then. Hope you managed to get your beautiful cabochon to look like this. Like I say, these have been done with seed beads. You can be done with delicas as well. I may even make another one with delicas just to show you the difference. So moving forward then. So we need to load our needle with a new length of thread. About 2 foot will be absolutely fine. So what I've decided to do then for my embellishment around the edge is to use the 2mm by 5 polished beads and the 3mm mixed together, because I think they look really cute together with the sea foam, sea beads in between. So moving on then, we need to, wherever you feel like on your project, just find a starting point and come up next to your sea beads. Obviously putting a knot at the end of your thread just to hold it in place. Now you can just hold the end there, or you can snip it off as I've done. Okay, so we want to pick up a sea bead, a 2mm and a sea bead. Bring them down. So this is going back to how we started our work. I'm just going to bring you in just a bit closer so you can see. That will do. Now, because we've got three beads on, we need to make sure that they all sit nicely together before we go on and put our thread through our foundation and bring our beads up. And because we always go through 3, come back to the beginning and let's lock those beads into place. So for me, if you want to, you can just carry on using a sea bead, a 2mm, or you don't even have to. You can just put nice size 8 beads all the way around. But for me, this is what I want to do. I mean, you don't even have to do this bit of embellishment if you don't want to, and then carry on to the next stage once you finish this. But see how you feel. And if you've got the beads, they're there, so let's use them. So next on then is a 3mm, a sea bead, and a 2mm. Bring those beads down. Now, in fact, what I'm going to do is go back to the 2s actually. So I'm going to take that off. Yeah, that'd be better. Making sure then that we make everything align. Go back through our foundation. And come back up 3. It just keeps everything nice together. Go through the 3 beads. Okay, see, I think those look really cute together. So next on then is a 2mm, 2mm and a sea bead. Drop them down. I've just put moisturiser on my hands. My nails are in, please don't look at my nails. My nails are in a right state. I think it's been wearing nail polish too often. I'm not giving my nails a breather in between, so they've all chipped, become brittle. Anyway. So back up through the 3. Hope you're enjoying this project, guys. Please do leave me a comment. I always love to hear from you. So next up then is the 3mm and a seed bead. Bring those beads down to your work. Just doesn't that give it a beautiful edging? Just doesn't it look gorgeous? Well, I think it does. I'm loving greens at the minute. And obviously labradorite being my favourite. Back up through 3. And obviously if your cab was bigger than mine or smaller than mine, you'll have used less beads. And to obviously go around you'll use less beads. Push them up. Let them sit nice. Just look at them. Oh, beautiful. Colours go so well through the 3. So next up then is the 3mm seed bead. Like I say, you could have used all 3mm. I do think on this that the 3mm do stand out better than what would have been all 2mm all the way around. I do think that the 3 are better, but with the little bronzes in between, I just think it looks gorgeous. But that's me. Your taste might not be the same. That's why we're all different and we all like different things. Okay, so next up is a 2mm. Bring them down. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm in love with this. And your skills will get better the more that you do. And like I've always said, you be the boss of the beads. I can remember when I first ever started beading, I was petrified that what if something went wrong? And as you learn, it's a case of, well, if something goes wrong, you just undo them and enjoy doing your beadwork all over again. So you can't really lose, can you? I'm already thinking about what can I do for my next project. I might do, I don't know. I think what I might make tonight while sitting in front of the telly, instead of just sitting there, I think I might make another beaded cabochon, but using the delicas. I'll see. So that's all there is to this then, guys. So I'll leave you to it for a minute, because otherwise we're going to have another massive long video. The last one was an hour. So I'll meet you back here. Okay. So there's my piece finished. I hope that yours is the same. I forgot to mention as well, if you were to thread on all your beads that you wanted to use around the edge for the embellishments, thread as many on as you think on your thread, and then just hold the beads around. That will give you an idea of whether your design will fit. Okay, that's just a little idea to help you. So just thread all your beads along and then put it around to see if they'll fit, and then if they won't, you've got a chance then to change your design or whatever you'd like to do. Right, so my thread is coming out here. What I want to do now is just pass my needle through all of the beads again, and that just pulls everything nicely into place. And makes everything a nice shape. So just a bent needle does help. I love bent needles. A lot of people don't like them, but I absolutely love bent needles. It's nice to have a new needle, but I love it when they bend. So just passing the thread through all the beads. Hope yours is looking good. I'm sure it is. Sure, we're almost all the way around now. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we're all the way around now. Right, so all we need to do now is tie our thread off. So I'm just going to put through that, and I'm just going to put my needle now through the back of the foundation. Okay, this is our back of our work. Now I'm just going to pop the needle through the foundation, pull it through, pop it through. Now I'm going to put my, as if I was doing a half hitch knot, put my thread through the loop and pull. I'm just going to do that a couple of times just to secure. And final time. And then just pop the thread through and cut thread. So this is what we have so far. Isn't that looking absolutely gorgeous? What do you think? So on to the next stage then, guys. So the next stage then, just move them seed beads out of the way for a moment. Next stage then is we're going to, you need some nice sharp scissors. Okay. And we're going to cut don't worry about it being messy at the beginning. Just cut round first. And then we'll come back to it. Okay. So, keeping in mind that our threads are here, we need to get as close as we can to the beadwork, but not to cut through the stitches. Okay, so it's easier if you have your scissors at an angle, but working from the back. Now we can take off little bits and then just go back, not a problem, once we've turned it over and had a look. Now you've got to be brave. I remember the first time I did this, I thought, oh my goodness, what if I cut through all my beads? Oh my word. Okay, so it's starting to look a bit better. So keep going. Just trimming little bits here and there. Turn it over, have a look. It's getting there. Getting there. Just going to do a little bit from this side now, keeping my scissors at an angle. Can you see? I can see a stitch there, so make sure I keep well away from that. And I think that'll do us. I'm just going to get rid of all these little bits. And then we're going to move on to the next stage. Right. Okay. So here is my piece of suedette. I'm just going to pull you out a bit, widen you out a bit. Okay. So I'm going to place my cab on to the suedette and just cut myself a piece off. Okay. So we have something like that. Now again, you can either glue it on, or I'm going to use a bit of crafter's tape because the stitches are going to hold it in place, because we're going to add some beads around the edge. So I'm just rubbing that on that side. Rubbing the edge down. It just helps with you haven't got to wait around for the glue to dry. You can just get straight on and bead, provided you can get the backing off. So I could do with a pokey tool. And I've got it. There we go. She says. Okay. And all I'm going to do is place that now on. There's no back or front, both the same colour. So I'm just going to place it now onto the cab. Okay. So the next stage now is to cut So we have that. So now we are going to add some seed beads around these edges to hide the edges. Okay, so we'll need some more thread. Again, I'm using KO. Use again about 2 foot. And we're going to do like a brick stitch around the edge of our beadwork. I always like to, as I do with Fireline, I will with my 1G and my KO thread, I just squash the end and it makes threading the needle a lot better. She says, and I can't even get it in. Wow. Turn my needle around. There we go, that's better. Oh, it's like doing anything when anybody's watching you. You can't do it, can you? Right. There we are then. Move my bits and pieces out the way. So, right. I think I'm going to edge in the sea foam. I think. So I'm going to get a few more of the sea foam out. Okay, so now we're ready to add our little edging. The start of the embellishment around the edge of our beadwork to hide the foundation and the suede. Now, if you want to, you can colour in with the same sort of colour, either a green or a brown in this case, just the edging so you don't see the white, but I want you to see the difference so the tutorial is clear to you. Okay, right, so we have a selection of seed beads there. Pick up a seed bead. Now come through the top, from working from the bead side down. Pick a spot, work through the foundation and the suedette. Okay. Leave a tail of about 5 or 6 inches. Okay. And then this is our working thread with our needle on the end. Come back through that seed bead back towards the tail end. Okay. And pull our thread through. Now it all looks a bit, goodness, what's she doing? So you've got our tail end popping out here. And our working thread here, and just pull them down, okay? Just hold your tail thread and give your working thread a pull. Now don't worry, it might be a bit floppy now, but trust me, it all comes together. Pick up a seed bead. Pick that seed bead up, drop it down. Hold your tail thread. Hold your working thread. Okay. Come down next to the seed bead we just added, coming down through the foundation and the suede. Okay, and pull it down. See, it just popped into place, and then come back up through the bottom of the seed bead. Okay, so our thread is coming out the top. Okay, pick up a seed bead, working down from our beadwork side down through the foundation and through the suede. Pull our needle through, pulls the seed bead into place, and then just pop the needle through the bottom of the seed bead and pull. You see? Pick up a seed bead, come down through the foundation and the suede. Pull the bead down and then go back up through the seed bead. Oh, sorry guys. Pick up a seed bead, working from top, leave a little space through the foundation and the suede. Pull down, go back up the seed bead, okay, pick up a seed bead, work down from the bead work down through the foundation, through the suede. Pull and go back up the seed bead, and it pops it into place. Okay, pick up a seed bead, come through the foundation, the suede, pull it down, pop up, okay, pick up a seed bead, through foundation and the suede, pull through, pop through the seed bead, and it just pulls everything into place. Okay, pick up a seed bead, working from the top through to the suede, down, then up through the bead. Okay, once again, pick up a seed bead, from beadwork down through the foundation, through the suede, pull through and up the seed bead. Give it a nice little pull. Pick up a seed bead, down from beadwork side, through the foundation and suede. So our thread's coming from the bottom of the suede, go up that bead and it pops it into place. See how nice and neat it finishes this side. You won't see any of this once we've gone round. And then we'll decide what we'll do next. Do we want to carry on embellishing? I mean, we could put a nice picot on. Let's keep going then. And we'll come to that bridge when we come to it. I quite enjoy this designing on the cuff. It's quite good. Okay guys, so pick up a seed bead through the foundation and the suedette, pop back up through that bead and it pops into place. I think we'll do one more with you and then we'll go to the rest. So back through from the bead side down, through the foundation, through the suedette, pull our thread down, and then from the bottom up through the top, and watch our bead pop into place. If your beads aren't behaving, pull your thread. And if you haven't got it first time, go back, take your beads out and start again. It's not the end of the world. Okay guys, I'll do one more with you on our seed bead. Leave a little distance coming from the bead side down through the foundation and the suedette. Pull our bead down, up through the bottom of the bead, pull our thread and it pops into place. Okay guys, so I'm going to pause you now and meet you back at the beginning. I'll show you what to do next. Looking good, looking lovely. So we're almost finished then. I've just got space for one more seed bead, so I thought I'd join you and do the last one together. So on with the seed bead then, coming back through the foundation and the suede, up through the bottom, and there we have it. Right, so we've got now our two ends. Now what I tend to do is just tie these together and then I'll go down a bead and you won't even notice that the knot is there. Now I do not profess to be a bead embroidery guru. This is the way that I do bead embroidery. I am no way a massively experienced bead embroidery person, so please don't come back to me and say you're doing that wrong, because this is the way that I do it. Okay, so there's a couple of beads and knots in there. I'm going to just come down the next bead. Okay, missing the foundation if you possibly can. Okay, and that just brings the knot into the beadwork, and then I'm just going to come up the next bead, okay, and cut my threads off. There we go then, guys. Does yours look the same as mine? I hope so. Maybe different colours, obviously. But you have just made yourself a bead embroidery pendant, and it's time to decide now, do we go another stage further or are we happy with what we've got? So I've decided that I'm going to embellish mine. I've had a think and I've decided I'm going to embellish it. And I'm going to embellish it with 11 OC beads and the 2mm bronze 5 polish bead. Okay, so if you're going to do the same, this is what you'll need. You'll need to add about 18 inches of thread to your needle. Okay, so just pick a spot, coming up through the back, come up through a seed bead. Okay, any seed bead. Leave a bit of a tail. Okay, so you're going to pick up a seed bead, a 5 polish and seed bead, and I'm going to bring you in just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Well, that's close. So I'm exiting this seed bead. I'm going to miss that seed bead and I'm going to come through the thread bridge of the next one. Okay, pull my beads and I get a little picot. To secure that, next to the thread bridge where I've come through, the next seed bead I'm going to come up through it. So you can see where I've come through that seed bead, through the thread bridge. That bead next to it, I'm just going to pop my needle up and out and pull my beads into place. Okay, so I'm now exiting a seed bead again on the edge. I'm going to pick up a seed bead and a 2mm and a seed bead. I'm coming out of that seed bead. I'm going to skip that one and come through the thread bridge of the one next to it. And pull. And then I'm going to come up through the seed bead next to the thread bridge. And pull. Pick up a seed bead, a 2mm and a seed bead. My thread is coming out of that seed bead. I'm going to skip the seed bead next to it and then run my needle under the thread bridge, so it's like brick stitch. And so I'm going through the thread bridge and pull, and then go up through the very next seed bead. Pull. Seed bead, 2mm seed bead. So I'm coming out of that bead, skip the next bead and then put my needle through the next thread bridge. Okay. Pull and then put my needle up into the bead. Pull. Seed bead, 2mm seed bead, skip a bead up through the thread bridge, pull and up through the next seed bead. Pull, seed bead, 2mm seed bead, miss a bead through the next thread bridge and up through the next bead. Pull, seed bead, miss a bead, up through the bead, pull. Show you one more time then, guys. Seed bead, 2mm seed bead. Our threads coming out of that seed bead, miss one, and then through the thread bridge, and pull, and up through the next seed bead, or should I say the seed bead that's attached to the thread bridge that you went through. Just once more then. If you get stuck, then go back and re-watch this part of the video. So we're coming up through the seed bead, miss a bead, through the thread bridge, right prick stitch, and then up through the adjoining bead and pull. Okay guys, so keep doing this all the way around, and I'll catch you once we get over to here. Okay, keep going then. So I just wanted to show you how to finish off then. So I've come to my last bit, and I'm going to carry on and do exactly the same. I'm going to come over to this thread bridge. Okay, pull it in. Now I'm going to, instead of going up the bead, I'm going to go down the bead, and then that will meet the starting thread. I'm going to tie those together in a few good knots. If you want to, you can put a dab of glue on the knots, and then all I'm going to do is come back up through the bead and pull that knot into the seed bead. Okay, and then I'm just going to travel over here and go through a couple of the beads down in the base of my beadwork. My needle's bent, it's come out down there, so that's absolutely fine. Let's come off and then just trim my ends. So I think this looks finished now. It looks a lot better, and it's finished. It looks really cute. I love this. I think it's gorgeous. Just get the beads to lay where you want them to lay. That's just beautiful. I think it's gorgeous. I don't think it needs tassels, do you? What do you think? Do you think it needs tassels? Oh, wrong way, Jane. Do you think it needs tassels? Just look at that, it's beautiful. Well, I'm really pleased with that now. I think it does need a bail, and all I would do to build a bail is to build it in between these two fire polish, or through any fire polish. and build a bale. Or you might be able to get a bit of wire through and then turn a loop. That'd be another way of doing it. I don't know whether it needs tassels. I keep playing with these tassels. I don't know. I think that's it. I think it's gorgeous as it is. So there we are then, guys. Hope you've enjoyed our journey through a little bit of bead embroidery, and it is for beginners. I'm not an expert in bead embroidery by any stretch of the imagination, but I do enjoy it when I have a go. So until the next time then, guys, if you'd like to subscribe, please do. If you'd like to hit the notification bell, then please do, and then you'll be notified of any up and coming videos that I've done. And I'll just see you on the next video. Pleased with that. Happy beading then, guys. Lovely. Love it. Still looks like a dragon's eye.